Well, hi, and thanks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really windy out here today, but I'm out here shooting the impossible. I just did a video on the Webley tracker. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was probably released before this one, so if it was, you may have caught it. But at any rate, I wasn't tired of shooting. I wanted to shoot some more, but I wanted to shoot something that was basically effortless, something that wouldn't take much strength to cock, something that would be just a little fun little plinker. I thought about the R7, the HW30 that I have, and I gave that some serious thought. But I said, you know what? I haven't picked. I've shot that recently. I should look for something else. So I was going through the gun safe, and I came across this little guy. What is this little guy? I featured this in a video when I bought it, and I bought it mainly just to feature in a video because it's a youth rifle. It's called the Diana Model 240. And that's not the number 240, that's the spelled out name of TWO, 40, misspelled as FORTY. So this is the model 240 with the 40 portion misspelled. I don't know if that was on purpose or if it was just some kind of mix-up. Now this is a Diana design, but it's built in China. And it's built pretty well. It's pretty solid. The trigger is very rudimentary. If you remember from my original video, I had some issues with the trigger. It was very hard to pull at first. So what I did was I went in with a stone and I tried to clean it up a little bit, but I must have changed the angle of the sear engagement. Either that or I wore off the case hardening, because I brought it outside after I did the job, and I took the first shot, and I was amazed how wonderful the trigger was. It came down to probably just about a pound. It was wonderful. I cocked the gun, I fired it again. I had this big smile on my face. I cocked it a third time, and the smile got even bigger. And on the fourth time, the gun shot when I closed the action. And then that continued to happen after a while. The gun wouldn't even catch when I tried to cock it because the sear simply wouldn't engage anymore. So I took it back apart again and I re-angled the sear, and so I ended up with that same really tough trigger, but the gun is shooting the way it should now. At least I can fire the gun, but the trigger pull has got to be up around 8-10 pounds. It's insane. But at any rate, I decided I wanted to shoot this gun. This gun is effortless to cock. It's made for a kid, and this is the kind of gun that I would recommend for any kid. Don't start them with a Red Ryder. Start them with something like this, something that's got the accuracy that'll reward them when they make a good shot. BB guns, they're okay, but they're a little bit dangerous. You got that ricochet factor that is severely lessened when you're shooting a lead pellet, and you got a rifle barrel. You just got a gun that's going to reward the kid for good shooting habits. So anyway, speaking of good shooting habits, let's see if we can make this little Diana 240 shoot at 25 yards with these 8.4, that's a relatively heavy pellet, 8.4 grains. This gun, if I remember right, is producing right around 5.5 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So it's certainly not pushing those pellets really quick. These are relatively heavy for a gun in that speed, but I've been finding that they're shooting pretty good. So we're going to cut here, and I'm going to set up the cameras and so forth, and then we'll be right back. So stick around, and thanks again for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. Okay, so had a little trouble getting that dot in focus. My tripod, I need a new tripod. It doesn't adjust as precise as I'd like it to. But at any rate, I opened it up, I backed it out a little bit so you can see. Well, I'm going to be shooting at the top right dot in your frame there. Again, this is the Diana Model 240. This is 177 caliber. We're shooting the Norma Golden Trophy Field Target pellets. They come in at 8.4 grains. That's a heavy pellet for this little gun. This will in the 500s as far as speed goes. So averaging, I think it's 5.4 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So it's definitely a kid's gun, and it's a sweet little gun to shoot. My only complaint is the trigger, and that can be overcome. And I've got a feeling, just because of the way it's designed, it might get better over time. So again, top right dot in your frame. And let's see what we can make happen with this little guy. Now this is a cheap little Tasco pronghorn 4x32, so it's not very precise at 25 yards. It pretty much obliterates that target dot where the crosshairs meet. I can just barely tell I'm holding on target. A little bit of breeze, we'll wait for that. All right, shot number 2. This is why I'm telling you, this is a much better gift for a kid than a Daisy Red Ryder or a little Crossman plastic 760. They've gotten so cheap these days. Spend $100 and buy something like this, and the kid will be shooting this into his teens. It's just I enjoy shooting it, and I'm a 62-year-old man. So, all right, shot number 3. I actually think that this is shooting better than the Webley Tracker that I just shot earlier in another video for you guys. All steel. It's a solid little gun. You can, if you've noticed that, I've had it apart, so I mean I did oil the, not oil, but lubricate the spring with some clear tar, and did some other odds and ends, just polished things up and changed out the lubricants that were in the gun. But still, even from the factory, it was very smooth shooting. Very light recoiling, of course, because it's so low powered. But it's a sweet little gun. I really like it. All right, that was what, shot number 4, I think. So we'll call this shot number 5. Actually, I think this might be number 4. So let's call it number 4. Oh, that was out of there. I don't know what happened there, folks. It is windy today. This will be shot number 5. We'll do 10 shots. It's such a windy day. With a low-power gun like this, it's so unfair to be doing what we're doing, but Jesus, if it's not holding a good group for considering what we're working with here. If I put a better scope on here, I think we could do even better. And a Model 240. Shot number, I don't know. I do this in every video, guys. I lose count. I think this is shot number 6. Obviously, we should turn that elevation screw up a little bit. But I'm going to leave it right where it is for now, and we'll be more concerned with a group than we are with a bullseye. Shot number 7. I like this little gun, I really do. And as I'm shooting it, the trigger seems to be getting either easier to operate, or I'm just getting more and more used to it. It comes with fiber optic sights, which have a pretty nice sight picture. Some typical Diana safety, push in to disengage automatically comes on when you cock the rifle. Fully adjustable rear sight. Scope rails, obviously, for the scope. Plastic trigger guard, plastic sights, plastic muzzle shroud, plastic end cap, plastic safety. A lot of plastic on the gun, but it's still a solid little gun made mainly out of wood and steel. Shot number 8 is this, I think. amazing little rifle for the money. I don't even know what a Daisy Red Ryder costs nowadays, the one with the wooden stock, even if it's still offered. But spend the extra money is my suggestion here. We got a couple of low ones that kind of fell out of the group there. I don't know what that's about, but this is shot 9. So what do you think? Hear how quiet it is when you cock it? Makes no noise at all. Just, it's surprising you get a decent quality. Again, it's Chinese made, so I don't imagine some of the components are as nice as a German made rifle would be. But you're not going to buy a German made rifle for $100 either. Waiting on that wind, it's pretty bad. But this gun here is so light, so easy to handle, it's so much fun to shoot. I enjoy a lightweight rifle, I really do. I've told you guys that before in the past. It's just something about it. I think it comes back to my hunting passion, and carrying a heavy gun in the woods is not anything I'm interested in. So I've really trained myself to look for a lightweight, easy handling rifle. So this kind of meets that niche. So I like it a lot. All right, this is his last shot, shot number 10. I don't know about you folks, but I'm pretty impressed with this little rifle with that little scope on it. That's not bad at all. At 25 yards, I'd say that's pretty impressive for the Diana Model 240. If you exclude those two that fell out of the group, I don't know what caused that. But if you exclude those two, maybe it was the wind, we got us a pretty darn good, pretty impressive 10-shot group right there. So that's the Diana Model 240. I'd say that's worth an attempt at the bell at 60 yards with a 500 and some odd foot per second air rifle. But we'll give it some holdover and we'll see what happens. And hopefully the wind won't blow the pellet off course. You're going to have to listen really close because you may not even hear it when it strikes. Let's give it a shot. This should be interesting. Did you hear it? It just barely rang. Let's do it again, just in case you didn't hear it. When I edit the video, if it's not loud enough, I'll try to turn it up for you so you can hear it, because it actually reached out there. It takes it a while to get there. Listen to the delay between the sound of the gun firing and the sound of the pellet striking the bell at 60 yards out. All right, here we go. I missed it. Easy to do with this little guy. I don't know how much holdover I need, but I think it's quite a bit. Alright, let's try it again. There it is. It's so quiet. I don't know if you can hear it, folks, but I just hit it 2 out of 3 tries. So that's the Diana Model 240. I want to thank you folks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and by all means hit the bell to be reminded of future videos. Thanks again, folks. Have a great day.